1 year ago I started my own decorating company. I should have filmed it, but I didn't. So this year going forward, I want to film everything about how it is I make my money, what it is I'm doing in the background, how I run my jobs, how I price my jobs, everything. Every single part of it. I think it would be interesting to see the progression through a year and see how successful we can make the company be. In this first video, it's a ceiling that I'm doing. It's a job in Glasgow for a new client. They have a cornice and a ceiling rose that are in quite poor condition. A lot of other things happen during the process of doing this job that make it quite difficult, but I film every process. I started off, I think I priced it at 500 was the original starting price to do this job, but once I start, I soon realise the condition of the job is much worse than I originally thought. There was a lot of extra work needed, so I speak back and forth with the client. At the end of the video, I'll put an actual breakdown of what the final costs were, and I'll also let you know exactly how long I worked on the job for and everything else. But yeah, this is the plan going forward, and hopefully it's enjoyable to watch. First things first, this paint is old and sun damaged, so we need to get it all scraped off and get any cracks scraped out. While scratching this crack out, I noticed that it sounded very hollow. Oh, please no. Yep, a big part of this wall has rotted away. I'll come back later in the video to give this more attention. This is Pro Mix Velvet. It's a finish filler and it's great for jobs like this. I also love a skive as much as the next man. I'm getting there.
Getting there good.
Aye, so this bit's complete. I'm nearly done in here.
Great.
I'm going to pick up some
That filler stuff.
plaster bond.
Aye.
I'll pick that up tomorrow before I come in.
Aye.
And then I'll get some plaster bond in there, and I'll get the rest of this sanded.
Right.
And I'll just slowly build up each coat of that as I go on sanding this. And then we'll just kind of work from there. As you can see, I'll chat the ear off at anybody. I've just had a year. So I was a year the other day. Right. By myself.
Right,
Oh, yeah.
okay.
So
That's all they are. If you do good jobs, you get.
What they'll get around, we know a lot of people.
Yeah, of course. Right, get back to work. As you can see, this wall has had better days. It's absolutely rotten. I couldn't get a hold of plaster bond, but Easyfill will do the trick, no problem. I'm going to make the Easyfill up as thick as possible to pack the cavity. My camera skills still need some work, but I did pack the cavity with a thick batch of Easyfill. Right here I'm just adding fibre tape to help reinforce the filler. Now I'm adding the Pro Mix Velvet, and I'm going to build it out wide so that I can taper it out to the rest of the wall. A hawking trowel will always make jobs like these much easier. Day 2, and we're back to put a final coat of Pro Mix on this patch. I'm putting the final coat on wider again, and this will help me blend the patch in with the rest of the wall. And get your tools cleaned up. There's some hairline cracks in the cornice, and a friend of mine recommended making up some Easyfill and making it like a slurry, and then painting that into the small hairline cracks, and then sanding it back when it was dry, and it worked brilliantly. Get your PPE on, son, it's sanding time. This is definitely the worst part of the job by far. You have to make sure you don't leave any edges on your filler, because when you come back to paint it will look horrendous. I tell you, brutal. Worst part of the job ever. There must have been an old leak on this ceiling at some point and the moistures came through the filler, so a bit of Zinser cover stain on it before we paint. Here I'm just adding some water to my paint. This will help it flow a little bit nicer. I'm overlapping the paint for the cornice onto the wall and the ceiling. This means when I come to add the colour, it will be nice sharp lines. Weirdo. I swear by these tray liners, by the way, they're an absolute godsend. Paint exploded in the back of my van this week and this paint tub copped it. It's time to start cutting in, and this colour is almond white. Yeah, this bit here is, yeah. I'm cutting an area and then rolling an area. This is to minimise flashing between the cut and the roller. I had to change the camera angle because that other one was making me dizzy. A 150-year-old house, 150-year-old plumbing. tried to film me cutting in the walls, but the camera angle kind of turned out like this, so you're just going to have to take my word for it. Pure dafty. This is the wall that massive patch was on, but because of my mega brain camera angles, I actually didn't get any footage of me priming the patch before I wrote here, but it's just to let you know it was primed first. Here comes the most pernickety part of this job. I'm using a fitch tool to paint these flowers a putting green. By this point it was 8 o'clock and everything was either running out of storage or battery. I only have footage of me doing a few of these finishing touches, but you get the gist. Yep, by this point, all cameras are dead. So here are some before and after pictures of the job, and honestly, I'm very, very, very happy at how everything's turned out. If you've seen this video and you would like to contact me for work, I have a business page on Facebook. It's called Tony's Decorating. Feel free to get in touch. Now on Sunday the 11th of January, we completed the job Friday just there. It was a bit of a longer shift, we finished about 8 o'clock at night, but we managed to get the whole job completed, paid for, done. The final cost for the whole job in total was £810. £700 of that was labour and £110 was materials spent on the job. It was a bit dearer than what we originally expected. I originally quoted £500 and that was for small repairs and then a freshen up with paint and stuff. But as you can see during the video, the damage was quite extensive. What I ended up doing was I charged an extra day's labour to fix all the damages and stuff, which is £200. And then I just added that to the price. I did sit and speak with the client beforehand to work out the best way going forward, because at the end of the day I don't want to be a rip-off, but I also need to make sure that my wee business makes money. So we we went for an extra day's labour at £200 to cover the costs of the extra work. The client and his wife were both thrilled with the work that was completed, especially the work done on the rotten bit of wall that we've seen. It's basically invisible now. So job number 1 for January completed. I'm very happy with it. Job number 2 starts on Monday, tomorrow, which is the 12th of January, and we're going to repeat the whole process all over again starting tomorrow, and hopefully we just keep this ball rolling. Thanks very much for watching.